What's up, Taiwan? I'm Betty Chen with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is preparing to remove the limit on international arrivals on Saturday. This comes as the country continues to ease its COVID-19 restrictions and in a lead up to the winter and Lunar New Year holidays. It's hoped the move will help revive the Taiwanese tourism industry. Jaime Okan has this report.
This is Taoyuan International Airport. It's the largest airport in Taiwan, where the country is getting ready to lift the cap on weekly international arrivals. It's all part of a plan of the country to reopen to the rest of the world after more than 2 years of strict COVID restrictions. The easing of restrictions takes effect on Saturday. It comes just 2 months after Taiwan lifted the quarantine requirements for inbound travelers. Taiwan was one of the last countries to enforce rigorous COVID-19 border restrictions and has been very cautious in allowing more travelers in. Since 2020, international arrivals have mostly faced a mandatory quarantine period of 2 weeks, and regulations such as this have had an impact. Recent statistics show that in October, over 170,000 people left the country to travel, but only about 90,000 travelers were coming in. Now that COVID restrictions are easing, Taiwan is focusing on ways to revitalize its hard-hit tourism industry. But some transportation officials remain conservative in their outlook. They say even with fewer restrictions, it could still take some time for travel numbers to return to pre-pandemic levels.
我是希望是疫情前的一半啦，疫情前是184，大概600万左右，是希望赶快2年或3年就复苏到疫情前的1200万左右。
But for many in the travel industry, the changes are a welcome relief. Here at Taoyuan Airport, workers are feeling encouraged by the easing of restrictions. Some say they're already starting to notice the difference.
增加了非常的多了，当然你现在这个时间来，你看没有什么的，因为现在是离峰时间，每天都一直增加，对，增加的很快。
边境开放之后，就是突然很多人回来，每天机场就变得很热闹。在国外的台湾人很久没有回来了。 所以应该会就是更多人回来台湾。
Taiwan's longest and most important holiday, the Lunar New Year, is a little more than a month away, and it's hoped that an influx of travelers will help to jumpstart what has been a lagging tourism industry. Leon Lien and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
A letter from Foxconn founder Terry Guo played a large part in persuading China to begin relaxing its strict COVID-19 rules. That's according to the Wall Street Journal, which cited sources familiar with the situation. The Taiwanese business mogul reportedly sent the letter to Chinese officials as unrest over pandemic restrictions broke out at Foxconn's iPhone factory in central China's Henan province. The report says Guo wrote that China's zero-COVID approach would impact its position in global supply chains. He's also said to have called for more transparency about restrictions on Foxconn's workers. China used the letter as justification to speed up its relaxation of COVID controls, the Wall Street Journal says. Guo's office has strongly denied the details of the report. Over 100 Taiwanese seafood companies have found themselves locked out of the China market due to customs paperwork. As John Van Trieste reports, its exporters' latest challenge selling to China after bans on some Taiwan fish earlier in the year.
For fishermen like these, China is an important source of income. But access to the Chinese market isn't guaranteed. China claims Taiwan is part of its territory. Since June, China has banned imports of several types of fish from Taiwan in moves seen as politically motivated. And now there's a new issue: paperwork. Over 100 Taiwanese seafood producers have submitted documents that China requires, but they haven't received a response. Taiwan's government has promised to step in and help.
我们受影响的鱼种基本上是鱿鱼、秋刀鱼跟五仔鱼。那只有在100多件有申请，但是被暂停销往中国的案件，正在洽我们的相关的食药署，循相关的一个管道去向中国海关总署去查证这样的一个程序，还有没有什么需要补件的地方？
From January to November, 14% of Taiwan's Pacific sari and 68% of its four-finger threadfin went to China. That's nearly 7,000 tons of fish. But not all seafood producers are concerned that bans on these and other seafood products will be permanent. Taiwan's top China policymaker, the Mainland Affairs Council, says it won't speculate about whether China is using the customs issue as a pretext to add pressure on Taiwan. But it has issued a protest, showing that the seafood issue in Taiwan-China ties isn't going away anytime soon. Ethan Pan and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Over in the United States, the House of Representatives has overwhelmingly backed a bill that would give Taiwan $10 billion in security assistance. The U.S. House backed the 2023 National Defense Authorization Act by 350 votes to 80. The bill will now move to a vote in the Senate. If signed into law, Taiwan would receive $2 billion in security grants for the next 5 years. Other measures include authorizing a regional stockpile of weapons for Taiwan in the event of conflict. Taiwan's biggest firewalking ceremony has concluded in northeastern Yilan County, this time bringing new gods to the time-honored festival. Ranho Kilpatrick has more.
It's one of the hottest parties in Taiwan. The Wanggong Firewalking Festival in Yilan County's Ardia village celebrates the birthdays of the ancient deified warriors that the local temple honors. Devotees traverse a 7-ton mound of burning coals topped with rice and salt, carrying gods that they trust to protect their souls and ensure peace in the coming year. The Wanggong Firewalking Festival is the largest event of its kind in Taiwan, but this year it's even more special thanks to a couple of VIP guests from Miaoli County. These are two of Taiwan's most revered statues of the Chinese sea goddess Mazu, paraded annually in huge cross-country pilgrimages. For the first time in the festival's 200-year history, they too were carried across the coals, comfortably couched in intricate sedan chairs. Ryan Kilpatrick for TaiwanPlus.
There's a new attraction at the Luodong Forestry Culture Park in northeastern Taiwan. A restored train maintenance shed dating back to the Japanese colonial era is now open to the public. Charlie Dora has more.
Logging time. These two locomotives, one steam, one diesel, would have put in the hours back in the day, carrying timber on the Luodong Forest Railway in northeastern Taiwan. That railway dates back to the early 1900s, when Taiwan was ruled by Japan. And this hall, a former train maintenance shed, has been renovated and reopened as a new attraction at the Luodong Forestry Culture Park in Yilan County. It's been carefully restored according to its original architecture. That includes the trusses of camphor wood holding up the sloped roof.
我们并不是为了修复而修复，我们其实有先进行相关的一个文史调研，调研之后透过考究它的建筑形式，我们会尽量来做保留。
At the opening of the Forest Railway Exhibition Hall on December 5th, the local Lanyang Impression Orchestra played music intended to mimic a train moving at speed and the blast of its whistle. The Luodong Forest Railway shut down in 1979, though a short section has reopened for tourism. The Culture Park hopes the hall, with its exhibition and performance space, will connect visitors with this particular branch of local history. Andy Xue and Charlie Storer for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we'll leave you with images of a Christmas-themed holiday train passing through a suburban community in Chicago. I'm Betty Chen. Take care and see you next time.